Chapter 50 of the Dao De Jing, pronounced Dao De Jing, begins with 5 words that split the world in two. Going out is birth, entering is death. From that hinge, everything else follows. The chapter is concerned with a specific kind of vulnerability, what it calls the death ground, and with a rare person who carries none of it. Shu Shēng Ru Sai, Shēng Jai Tu, Shi Yu San, Sai Jai Tu, Shi Yu San, Rain Jai Shēng, Dong Jai Sai Dai, Shi Yu San. Fu Hei Gu, Ikai Shēng, Shēng Jai Hu, Dai Wen Shan Shi Shēng Ji, Lu Xing Bu Yu Sai Hu, Ru Jun Bu Bei Jia Bing, Sai Wu Xiu Tu Kai Jiǎo Hu Wu Xiu Kuo Kai Zhǎo, Bing Wu Xiu Rom Kai Ren. Fu Hei Gu, Yikai Wu Sai Dai. Going out is birth, entering is death. 3 in 10 follow life, 3 in 10 follow death, 3 in 10, in their living, move toward death. Why? Because they cling too hard to life. I have heard that those skilled at preserving life walk the land without meeting the rhinoceros or the tiger. They enter battle without being struck by weapons. The rhinoceros finds nowhere to drive its horn. The tiger finds nowhere to place its claws. The blade finds nowhere to enter. Why? Because they have no place of death in them. The chapter opens with a sorting of people into thirds. 3 in 10 are, by nature, oriented toward life, vital, open, moving with things rather than against them. 3 in 10 are, by nature, drawn toward death, closed, brittle, moving against the grain. And then there is a third group, and this is the one the text lingers on. 3 in 10 who are actively trying to live, who value their own lives intensely, who think about survival and protection and security, and who, precisely because of this, step into death's territory. The question the text asks is blunt. Why? And the answer is equally blunt. Because they cling too hard to life itself. The phrase in Chinese is shēng jai hu, something like making too much of living, treating it as an object to be grasped and held, a possession to be defended. The word hu carries the sense of thickness, excess, weight. They have made life too heavy. This is the paradox the chapter is built on. The person who treats their own life as a treasure to be protected, who stays alert to every threat, who calculates their survival. This person creates within themselves what the text calls the death ground. Sai Dai, a place where death can get purchase. Think about what it means for something to have a death ground. The rhinoceros needs a surface to drive its horn into. The tiger needs something to grip with its claws. A blade needs an opening. If you present none of these, if there is nowhere for the force to land, the threat passes through or around you. The text is not talking about physical invulnerability in any literal sense. It's describing a quality of being. The person who has no death ground is not armored. They are simply not a target in the way that grasping makes you a target. What does it mean to grasp at life? It means treating your own continuity as the primary thing to be preserved. It means the hours spent in anxiety about what might go wrong. It means decisions made not from clarity but from fear of loss. It means becoming rigid in the places you most want to protect. And rigidity, the text suggests, is exactly what gives danger something to catch on. A tree that cannot bend breaks in the storm. The branches that hold catch the wind. The person described at the end of the chapter, the one skilled at preserving life, Shan Shi Shēng Ji, is not described as courageous or disciplined or exceptionally aware. They are described only in terms of what they lack. No encounter with the rhinoceros. No strike from the blade. No place for the horn to go. The description is entirely negative, an absence rather than a presence. The skill is in not accumulating the thing that makes you vulnerable. Where does this land for someone hearing it now? There is something recognizable in the third group, the 3 in 10 who want intensely to live and move toward death because of it. It shows up in the person who holds their health so tightly that every symptom becomes a catastrophe. In the relationship guarded so carefully it cannot breathe. In the work protected so fiercely that no risk is ever taken and nothing grows. The death ground is not a place you fall into by accident. It is built, incrementally, by the weight of what you refuse to let go of. The chapter does not tell you to stop caring about your life. It does not prescribe detachment as a practice, or recommend that you walk into danger to prove something. That would be the 2 in 10 who move toward death naturally. What it points at is harder to name, a quality of holding things lightly enough that they don't become the place where damage finds you. Not every passage in this book yields a clear instruction. Some are meant to be turned over slowly. This one might be asking, what are you gripping so hard that it has become your death ground? Going out is birth, entering is death. The question is what you carry between the two. Chapter 51 follows.